Rural Heritage on RFD TV is brought to you by Rural Heritage Magazine, a bi-monthly magazine featuring articles about farming and logging with draft animal power, small-scale diversified family farming and homesteading, and other aspects of our rich rural heritage. Rural Heritage Magazine, borrowing from yesterday to do the work of today. For subscription information, please call 319-362-3027 or order online at www.ruralheritage.com. Hi, I'm Joe Mishka. Welcome to another episode of Rural Heritage TV. Horse Progress Days 2025 was held in Clare, Michigan on the 4th of July weekend. It featured a number of horse-drawn implements that were either outright new machines or existing models with new features. Rural Heritage contributor Ralph Rice walked around the field implement staging grounds, and we talked about some of these machines. A couple of the big attractions in the equipment area were two pull-type combines. One had been shown for the first time last year in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and sported a number of improvements and refinements. The other was being seen for the first time as a prototype. We'll have a separate show on these machines in an upcoming episode. But now, here's Ralph Rice.
Good day. I'm here at Clare, Michigan's Horse Progress Days 2025 with Joe Mishka. And we're going to walk around and talk about some of the equipment that's here. It's been a nice venue and the weather's behaved. This is an I&J mower. It may not be new to the horse world, but it's new to me. It's the first time I've seen it. If you notice, it's double cut. It says it cuts 18 foot wide. So two 9-foot bars in tandem. It really does lay down the hay. Seems like a very efficient machine, and they had 3 horses on it yesterday who pulled it easily. You have to kind of give a hats off to the innovation that a lot of companies bring here.
I&J makes good mowers.
Yes.
Been making them for a while.
Well, they've improved them as they go too.
Right.
My own experience, I had one very early that was 3-point hitch to put behind my power cart. And all the directions at that time, I believe, were in Italian. So I couldn't read them, so I did the best I could do. But what I found out was, at least in my experience, they run better at a little lower speed than 540. So I ran mine at 540 or maybe just a titch over, and I beat it to death, but I didn't realize it. Then I got directions in German so my Amish friends could help me out, and that's when we discovered what was going on. So
why were the directions in Italian? It was an I&J model?
It was an I&J mower, but the mower technology had come from Europe.
Okay.
This reciprocating mower.
Yeah, okay.
So I believe it was an Italian company first, but it really caught on. And these guys have worked with the manufacturer to take a lot of the bugs out of it. Mine was probably 12 or 15 years ago that I had one. These things will just lay down the hay, and they don't care what the crop is. They cut good. They cut very good. You can even turn around and come back through a swath of clover, and it'll just saw right through with no issue.
It does good on corners.
Good on corners.
Because of the scissors motion, and it'll do good on hay that's been knocked down.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they're good mowers, and like I said, most of what happened to mine was basically because of me. It wasn't anything that the machine did.
And that's like if someone takes a trailer mower and pulls it behind a pickup truck out in the field, like they do out west sometimes.
You'll have the same issue.
You sure will.
Because it just beats them to death. I thought this was a great idea. It's a 10-foot mower, so with horses, of course, you're going to have to worry about side draft. But the way they made the axle configuration, they have the machine carrying all that side, takes it out of it, takes it right out of the equation. And that's pretty interesting to lay down 10 feet of hay with a team of horses. And again, the same kind of mower technology with the scissor action, it really cuts through the crop.
How much do you think that's offset?
It's almost a full wheel ahead of the other one.
Yeah.
So I would guess somewhere around 20 inches. It was actually a little bit more than a whole wheel. whatever, it certainly would track good, and it would kind of like be like a triangle brace holding it straight. If you had the right setting and a big field, it would certainly work to lay down hay in a hurry. This kind of verifies for me that that's what they were trying to make sure they didn't get. So you're just not pulling it backwards.
Prevents the twisting.
Yes. And yet still, the way the axle's configured, you still have enough action
To turn?
not to turn, but to flex when you go over rough ground. To me, they thought of just about everything. I'm not sure what size engine that is to drive it, but I would guess probably like a 13 horse.
Yeah, that's right. We couldn't figure it out yesterday.
I can't see the number, and Honda now has gone to numbers on them. I just can't see it. It's just enough of
Yeah.
a shadow.
It's interesting. It's one of the few implements here that's got a wooden pole on it,
Yes,
a wooden tongue.
yes. There's no doubt that the wood is lighter, maybe a little quieter, but
The operator can see everything that's happening with the blade sitting back like that.
and it's a really good operator's platform.
Yeah.
Safety rail, place to tie your lines up, and all the controls are in easy access. Plus on and off is good.
Lots of room. So these other mowers are pretty much what we've seen before.
Pretty much standard. I mean, obviously they're making little tweaks and stuff along the way as they get field trials, but they've been tried and true now for quite a while. The biggest thing I see is they're getting longer and longer. That's got a 9-foot bar on it. And
Yeah.
it's just, I think what's happening is just the same thing happens to us English guys. All of a sudden your boys leave home and you can't run 2 mowers at a time, so you lose that 10 or 11-foot cut.
Was this weeder cultivator at Lancaster?
I did not see it there last year, so I'm not sure if it's one made locally here, but I tell you, these tine weeders, when they first came out, it was amazing to me.
Right.
And now they're on everything,
Right.
because they definitely do work. They go in between without hurting a plant. It's amazing.
And there's different, it seems like they're different colored tines that have different flexibility, different...
I think there are, because they're color coded. I've seen some bluer
Right.
ones, so I think in some of the produce crops, you probably get a finer one for a finer,
Yeah.
whatever the seedling would be.
Yeah, it's amazing how gentle they can be. Yeah, Cropline is one of the companies that bought a Pioneer line. I don't remember which one they did, if it was the cultivators or not, but I talked to them a couple years ago. And they're all about shallow tillage,
I see. Which
is a nice way to farm if you can.
absolutely. It's all about moisture preservation.
Exactly. And the biological
Sure. You're not
qualities of the ground.
You're not destroying your soil structure.
Yeah.
I kind of like how they made like on the old hay rakes. So you have a dolly wheel back here that helps you spin on the ends. It's kind of a takeoff of the early I&J cultivators.
Okay.
2 horse, 2 rows. But this one's even, I think they did 3 rows with it. I'm gonna say they did because they had 3 horses on it. Yeah, interesting. I just applaud these guys for their...
Isn't it great to see a new generation coming up?
It absolutely is. And the fun part about it is, these guys that are, in most cases, building the machinery, either are doing it or have done it.
Right.
So they know what the horse needs. They know what the driver needs.
Right.
So they build that in almost by accident.
And they are working in communities where they are working, I mean, a lot of them are repair shops that turned into manufacturers.
Yes.
And so they've got a lot of people around them that can test it.
And they're able to, exactly, I was going to say that, they're able to get field trials on different soil conditions, and, it's interesting.
So a corn planter.
Yes, the old John Deere Maxi Merge. I don't know that it's plateless, but out west you can buy these units on huge machines. So, tip up here.
Oh, okay.
They'll probably get. I don't know why that's latched. I don't know why they won't let me out, but it's not plateless. It's just a Maxi Merge, so it takes John Deere.
Standard plates.
Yeah, it's still a good machine. Another by Gateway. What I kind of like about this one, it's totally self-contained, and the operator's sitting behind the boxes, so you can see that your seed's dropping and it's covering okay. And
Right? That's a big
you know,
deal.
when you get out in front, and then you have to hope that it's doing good. Driving the horses, you have a lot going on from the driver's seat.
Right. This way you can stop immediately when you see a problem.
Yes, spring assist to drive your, once you get into and when you get into the row, you pull the lever back and set your planter down, and at the end of the row, you pull it forward and pops it up out of the ground. Because this is driving, this is your cover wheel. I really like disc openers. You know, the old shoes on some of the older corn planters, they plug with dirt. Even when the soil conditions are great, they'll plug with dirt. There again, if you're sitting back here, you kind of see that.
Right.
But if you're in front, not so much. You might go 2 rows and, gee whiz. And it looks funny because if you plug your right one, you go down, you turn around, come back. So your left row planted, your right row planted nothing. Then when you make the turn, so you're gonna have 2 rows of corn, no rows of corn, 2 rows of...
Right.
It's crazy. And trying to go back and fix that it's all by hand.
Right. Right. That's a
I mean,
project. That's kind of what I mean, because you can see it right away, as opposed to when did this start? When did
Exactly.
it start? And then you have to kick in the dirt to look for it.
I mean, I agree, there's more corn in a crooked row, but I still try not to do it on purpose. And it never fails. You have that trouble when you're out by the road where everybody sees it. You know?
Exactly. See, I don't know that I saw anything new in sprayers.
No, I mean, if anything, they're just getting bigger. The technologies, people are using other technologies that they've seen before. So you can buy one sprayer for short crops and then raise it up. It telescopes up so you can be in a higher crop and to spray corn that's 3 or 4 feet high. And I suppose it has a lot to do with foliar feeding and that kind of stuff.
I think you were talking to me about, this is a couple years ago, when you got a sprayer.
Mine's similar to this one.
But that was kind of a local manufacturer, a smaller?
They're in Mount Hope, yes.
Yeah. Iva yesterday told me that they've already sold all of their sprayers that are here, which they're happy about.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Betterway did as well.
You know, when you have an application, not just spraying poison, when you open up your mind a little bit and realize you can do a lot more with these sprayers, like there's so many, they have lime now that comes in a calcium spray. You put it in the sprayer, spray it on. So you don't have to wait that year for the soil to convert it. Boom, it's instantaneous.
Right.
And in crops like produce, where you have a lot of dollar crop on a small acreage, I'm thinking you pretty much need a sprayer.
For irrigation?
Or you could use it for irrigation, but you could use it more to feed the crop.
Okay.
So not just for weed control, but to spray the crop. I mean, yeah, there's always weed control. Some people still burn down before they plow. Some people will spray their oats before they combine them. I mean, that's a personal choice. But at the end of the day, mine has a big nozzle in the back, and I can spray fish emulsion in a 50-foot fan spray. Well, it doesn't take very long to go up a 4 or 5 acre field like that. And I see these, there's one down here, a small one, that has that big nozzle on the back. And it's amazing how fast it sprays.
Right.
Well, talk about, you can use it for dust control in an arena. Make your horses do the work.
Right.
And this is kind of an innovative thing. This is, you can wash your hands. You could carry a tank to wash your hands in if you're, depending on what you're spraying. But here's one of those nozzles that...
This is actually a sweet little sprayer.
It is. And the way mine is, I have this nozzle at the back, but I still have the booms and then individual control, so I can just control this.
Yeah.
It even has, mine has an auxiliary, so like if you are spraying weed killer, you can drive along the fence and just spray with your hand.
Right.
So
that's pretty handy.
The guys are thinking.
Lots of flexibility.
Yes. I mean, it wasn't a terribly pricey piece of equipment. I think I have like $2,500 in mine. It's 3 or 4 years old, but still you want to use it for more than one application. I thought this was an innovative, I don't know, kind of a fun piece. This little, it's like a scraper. It's certainly not a bulldozer. They did flatten out some mounds of compost with it. I could see it in a big dairy farm, maybe, you know, scraping manure. Here they're using it to move round bales. Kind of neat. Horses are behind the load. Again, I don't know that it's practical on all applications, but still kind of cool.
It would work really well on concrete.
Oh, absolutely.
It's got adjustable feet.
I mean, if you had a small business and had to plow snow and this is your option,
Yeah,
you would plow a lot of snow with the wings and
absolutely.
everything.
And yeah, the wings are adjustable. And I wonder if you could even put on a bigger blade.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Just like those, I mean, especially if you're pushing snow.
Right.
It's not the weight, it's just area.
It wouldn't be hard to affix long extensions to it and then have the wings.
No, it'd be quite easy. I like it too that we still stick with some of the simple technologies, like this dump wagon to me is a takeoff of one of Pioneer's models, but you know, with stake pockets, if you're hauling sawdust or compost, you could have quite a load, and with the axle positioned back, dumping it is fairly easy. And I cranked it yesterday when I had a load in, and it's geared right. It's real easy to turn. I mean, I don't know how it'd be with gravel or sand in it, but
Sure.
I think
Sure.
common sense has to play into some of this stuff.
It's pretty simple, so it's affordable.
Yes,
It doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles
yes,
that it doesn't need
right.
to do what it's made to do.
Yeah, for $3,400 and not much to break down. I mean, this model has steel wheels.
Right. Yeah, nice wide steel wheels.
Yes, which kind of helps keep you out of the mud some.
Right, a little bit of flotation.
I was noticing yesterday too, a lot of the tongues now, they put a tractor tongue on the piece of equipment and then an extension with just a pin.
Right.
So yeah, you could switch up if you're a mixed powered farm, but I was excited about it because how smart that is for putting it away in the wintertime.
Right.
You don't have that big long tongue in the way.
Right. And telescoping like that, you've got more adjustments sometimes.
Sure.
Not so much on.
Well, I would guess, you know, you could, if you had
This
a team
one.
of halflingers or short horses and then a team of full-size drafts, you could slide it in or out.
Yeah, this one doesn't really adjust.
But we
but
don't know
you could set
because
it.
you don't know how far up that tongue goes into the sleeve.
So you're saying it could be longer.
There could be more holes in this piece.
Right,
So
so
you
it could
slide
be-
it in or out,
This might be as short as it goes, but it could be
but it
longer.
could go longer, correct.
And then this one over here, you can see that it's
Yes. I just think it's a neat idea, especially storage is always a problem. So
right.
then if you take the tongue off, well, then that's a nuisance because then no sooner you get it off, then you want to move it.
Right.
I tried to make a little thing that you could move with one hand, and it works, but it's a lot of work.
Yes.
It wasn't as much work when I was 40. It's more work now that I'm over 60.
Right. Right.
I love this all crop machine. It's all aluminum. It's easy to handle, and look how nice it handles a green crop.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
a
no,
lot
it
of the
worked
old
great
hayloaders-
yesterday.
A lot of the old hay loaders, they didn't like wet stuff, but man, this thing works like a dream. And it's so light. I think that would be an only thing would be you wouldn't want to leave it in the field if it's windy. It would be at your neighbor's by morning.
It's a nice size.
It is. It's very handy.
It's smaller than most antique hay loaders that you see out there.
Yep.
That I see anyway.
And what's gonna wear out? You know what I mean? It's actually pretty amazing. On this side, you can get behind the sun and see a little better, but you know, the canvas, everything, it's aluminum.
Right.
The old ones, you know, had those bats almost.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's neat.
Wooden or steel.
But it works good. It's just enough flex in here that if it makes a big wad, it still holds it on.
I mean, it's really fun to see these new pieces
Oh yeah, it is.
that are just really good improvements.
You know, I kind of like that manure spreader from a manure spreader parent.
The white one?
But I'm not so sure it's great for, you can imagine using a torch on that. If you need to get a bolt off, you're gonna melt right through the side or the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. The
I mean,
fender is interesting on it.
Yes.
The inside the wheel.
It looks like, I mean, it's like high density plastic that it's made out of, so I'm
Right.
sure stuff slides out. I'm sure there are a lot of good things like that. I was just thinking that from a mechanical, if you're the guy that has to work
Yeah.
on it.
Right.
If that's
Right.
an issue. Or do those things just pop out? It's not an issue. I don't know. Maybe they're so inexpensive, you burn through one, you just replace it.
the whole body is made out of the plastic similar to what a lot of these beds are.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I think it's got very little steel in it, which gives it a strength. But then, I mean, especially for like dairy manure that's super wet,
Right.
I'm sure that thing would be awesome for that. But like I said, then if you have to use a torch to get something apart, that might be an issue.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that at all.
Everything else is pretty straightforward. You know, roller chain instead of the big link chain. But it is, you know, they're well protected from the spray and
Right.
manure and so forth.
Right.
It's neat though, like you said before. I mean, this is a great thing. Just pillow block bearings that you can get anywhere. And this, whoever thought of this, they're on most of the old spreaders, and everybody puts them under now. It's to grease the bearing up way up under there.
Sure.
So instead of getting on your hands and knees and crawling around,
Right.
you just, I mean, it's so much nicer.
Yeah. That's almost something that if you had one where you had to crawl underneath, you'd put that on yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just add a little
Even my
hose.
old New Idea had that. The guys that worked on them. I mean, for one thing, you know it's going to get greased. See,
Which
like-
is critical with
Absolutely.
the spreader.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, a guy should grease it probably once a week, depending on use. But
Yeah.
that's
That's what
what
John
makes them
Coley
last.
does. He spreads a lot of manure.
That's
and,
what makes them last.
with horse-drawn, mule-drawn manure
Mm-hmm.
spreader, and I think he greases it every time he takes it out,
Gotcha.
every day that he takes it out, because he'll run several loads.
Yeah,
He also gets a lot of chicken litter delivered
I see.
that he spreads. He uses
Yeah, I'd
skid
compost
steer
all
to load
mine.
it. Yeah. This program is available for purchase. To order your copy, please call 319-362-3027 or visit www.ruralheritage.com. Rural Heritage is a bi-monthly magazine dedicated to draft animal farming and logging, as well as other aspects of our rich rural heritage. It is published by Mishka Press, which also offers a complete line of back-to-the-land books, DVDs, and calendars. Call or write for a catalog or subscription information, or visit our website at www.ruralheritage.com.